What's up, everyone? Hope your day is going well so far. It's definitely been a wild one of ups and downs in the market yet again. This is what we've dealt with most of the week. And actually this morning, we got some news that was good, right in line with expectations. And we saw a nice pump off of that and then an immediate rip back to the downside. And this shows me a couple things here. We are actually seeing speculators not quite confident enough yet to re-enter the crypto market. But this also means that something big coming in the not so distant future is not priced in. And I want to talk about that with you guys. So if you are new or haven't already, show your support for the channel down below. Hit that subscribe button, that bell. It's free to do. It'll keep you updated anytime there's new content live here on the channel. So this morning we got our PC report, and our PC report was right in line with expectations. Inflation just increasing slightly over the last 12 months up to, I believe, 2.9% it was. So the market actually loved this data. It had an immediate pump, did incredibly well, but then we had some drops following that almost immediately. We saw BTC drop all the way down into the 108K range from almost 111K. We saw altcoins bleed as well. And what's kind of interesting about that is actually altcoins still held dominance versus BTC. We're not seeing what we once did, where every time BTC went on a crash, alts crashed harder. And I'm not saying today was a crash by any means, but you guys get the point. When BTC drops, alts have typically out-accelerated that. That's not happening right now. In fact, BTC dominance has been pretty consistently red over the last week, and that is a great sign because it's showing some altcoin conviction. Now, what we're still dealing with in the market is a lot of the same stuff. We're dealing with obviously very high leverage. We know that a lot of leverage filled in very close to prices running into this report, and we saw some liquidations to the upside, saw some liquidations to the downside, and yes, we are seeing some of those games being played where the charts are being just swung all over the place. But what this is showing you that right now is that with some of this good news we're seeing not actually move markets higher, it means that speculators are being very, very patient. They obviously took profit when we went on our nice surges to the upside, or when they took profit when we went on our nice surges to the upside, and now they're just patiently waiting for when they think the bottom could be, or once we get close enough to something that has an opportunity to pump the market. And that takes us to next week. That is when we are going to have our jobs report. That is going to be a big indication of what we are going to see in the FOMC meeting the following week, which right now has a very high likelihood of yielding rate cuts for us, which would be a very confident moment for the market. Now, why this is such a big deal is it shows you that with speculators still sitting on the sidelines, this is not priced in. Rate cuts are not priced into current prices. And that is a pretty big deal. You want to talk about the market having a moment to absolutely fly? That would be it. If we are just sitting here waiting and prices are still frankly crap, and there's a lot of this negative sentiment in the market and those rate cuts hit, don't be surprised if price starts running pretty aggressively. Now, that being said, I don't think it's going to take this long. This is kind of my idea on how this is all going to play out. We're going to get our jobs report next week. It's going to be kind of a cooler jobs report like we've been seeing as of late. Revisions are going to be to the downside, just like we've been seeing as of late. And while that's, not necessarily good for the confidence in the job market, it is very good when it comes to interest rate decreases, which is what we really need in the crypto market. So I think that next week, Friday, when we get this jobs report, we're going to see a lot of volatility in the market. I think that's the moment where we could actually see a little bit of a pump going into the weekend. And there's the possibility that we could have some run that runs into the middle of the next week when we do have the conclusion of our FOMC meeting. And at this time, the fact that altcoins are showing a lot of resilience is very good because a lot of this capital that's sitting on the sideline is speculative money that is geared towards altcoins, meaning that alts have a chance to really outperform BTC as we run through the next few weeks here. Now, maybe I'm completely wrong. Maybe we continue dropping. Maybe things get ugly before they get better. And that possibility is really there, guys, right? Because right now, again, we're still dealing with liquidations. We're dealing with manipulation. And it's a question of, does retail have the conviction to hold on through this time where, frankly, things are kind of boring? There's not a whole lot going on. I talked about that lull as we got into like the middle of August, and I said we're going to probably hit a lull here as we get into the early part of September because we're still waiting for those rate cuts. We're still waiting for the Clarity Act. We at least have enough juice to get the market somewhat excited, and with that, it brings us to fun times in cryptos, the ups and downs that we love to hate, right? But that's all I got for you guys. I appreciate it as always. Let me know your thoughts. How do you think this is going to proceed as we get into next week and the following week, the two biggest things that we have on our agenda coming soon? So appreciate you guys. Have a great day. Show your love below. Catch you guys in the next one. Take care.